Hey, welcome to Rusty Boat. I still have a piece of that suspension coil spring from last week, and we're gonna make an arrowhead out of it. That's the plan for today. And if the weather abides, we'll test it downrange. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've got the Arrowhead sanded and filed and all that, and I am going to clay it up and give it a quench. Now this is a mud mixture, 1/3 stone dust, 1/3 charcoal, 1/3 clay, and the clay is from my own land, my own ground. Now this recipe in particular is from a guy at Crossheart Forge, but it's actually I think like an old historical blend. When I first started using this, before I even met the guy online, when I first started doing this, my very first and successful use of this stuff did not use stone dust per se. It used sand, and it produced quite a decent knife. It was like my first. I think it was like 160 layers. First multi-layered knife of any consequence. I made others, but this one was special. And I've used it since. Except now I don't use sand. I use stone dust. But I refine my own charcoal, the dust, and again, I use my own clay. But the stone dust I buy out someplace. So, okay. So another thing that I do, I put little lines on this coming out. It's a variation of what I've seen done for swords, where Japanese swords, where they kind of streak. There's different styles of it, but they take like a fine brush or something and streak it with the clay. And my understanding of this, I should be doing this with glasses, so. But my understanding of this is that it protects against cracking, and that has so far been my experience with knives. I mean, I don't really worry about it too much with arrowheads, but knives and swords and such like that, any larger blade, it does make a difference, because when you're quenching with water, the shock to the steel is so much more than if you're quenching with oil, and so the whole point is to kind of spread those forces of shock out, I think, in such a way that they don't warp the steel so violently. Kind of help take up some of the force of the stresses. I don't know if I'm probably not explaining that right at all, but what it does, I think, is it keeps these stresses from going down a straight line, following straight lines, and making cracks. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea of this. So, all right, I'm gonna dry this clay off, and then I'm gonna do the quench. All right, so the clay is dry, kind of baked over the fire, and I think what I'm going to do with this one, I haven't really done this really much with arrowheads, but I think I'm going to normalize this first. Let it cool down to black again, and then I'll do the quench. Last time I did this, it didn't affect the clay, so I think we'll be okay this time. But I just want to see if I can take some of the stresses out before I quench it. Okay, I'm just going to let this cool to black, and I may have to clay it again. I'll have to take a look, but that's no big deal. I'm going to quench it. And I don't see any warpage or anything. All right, here's the arrowhead post-quench. We're going to clean all that up and see what it looks like. can see it's as it cleans up, it's actually a little more pronounced, well, quite a bit more pronounced on the side, but the Hammond is pretty clear. So, I'm gonna run that file over it too. Oh yeah, that's not doing anything to it. So, hopefully this thing doesn't break. You know, sometimes they hit things, if it hits a post, or if it hits like the pallet. I really got to get some sandbags at the bottom of my stacks, but sometimes it'll go, you know, into a pallet or hit a stone or something under there, and tip will break off. I'm gonna try not to let that happen. Okay, every time I make an arrow, the first one is usually the most stray. We'll see. Oh yeah. we'll adjust for that. Okay, everything about this arrowhead I made today. It's oak dowel rod with turkey feathers, and of course the arrowhead itself. So let's shoot it. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while, right? You can tell. All right. Oh, I got height anyways. Don't let the sun lie to you. It's pretty cold out. Well, I'm not quite acclimated to it yet, but I will be. So, there we go. Alright, maybe this time? To the right. Let's go take a look. I'm pretty sure these videos by now are more about how will my arrow fly rather than will I hit the target. I'll eventually hit it, but alright. Yep. One of these times I gotta hit that target. When I do, I'll go have a beer. Ah, just below it. Let's go take a look. Yeah. So, okay. I think I don't know. We'll see. It must be too soon, but okay. There we go. Ah. Let's go look. It's just below it again. I would love to have a second camera set up. Maybe the economy gets better. You know what I mean? But getting maybe closer by statistically. I don't know. Let's go look. Well, this might be where a grown man cries. I don't know. Let's see. It's low on the pallet horizon here. Ah, it's okay. It's okay. Good. Yeah. I was afraid it was going to hit something, be broken, because I heard it hit something. Sure isn't. Oh yeah. Sometimes it just takes an insult to the self to get it done. Let's go take a look. Okay, so hitting the target here is a technicality because it's outside of the circle, but it is in the steel. And it did go through. So let's take a look. See what looks on the other side. Then I'll have to pull it out. Okay, well, point's good. So I'll pull it out and okay. Point is good, intact and all that. Still looks pretty. And we're gonna call it here. So yeah, I'm quitting while I'm ahead. I want to have a beer and I want to show this Arrowhead to my son later. So I'm glad that it's not broken. So, okay. Hope you had a good week and you're staying warm and all that stuff. And I'll see you on the other side of this one. You stay well. Be good.